I'm sure you've seen those short geography videos blowing up on YouTube, millions of views, faceless creators, and insanely high engagement. And maybe you thought, that looks way too complicated to make. Well, that's exactly why I'm here today. I'm going to walk you through the entire formula step by step and show you how to create videos just like those without needing years of editing experience or fancy skills. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to launch your own faceless channel with real potential to grow, just like the creator I'm about to show you, who's pulling in over $25,000 per month. The best part? This niche isn't saturated yet. Most people see these videos and instantly assume they're too hard to make. That mindset creates the exact opportunity you and I can take advantage of. So let's get into it. To keep things simple, I'll break it all down into a few clear steps. But first, let me show you why this niche is so powerful. Niche research. The creator I mentioned earlier has over 1 million subscribers, making them a perfect example for niche research. Their videos consistently cross millions of views, and their channel is proof this works. Now, for this step, I personally use a tool called NextLev. It's optional, but I recommend it because it helps you discover low-competition niches. Once you're inside the tool, you can head over to the similar channel section, set it to in-depth search, and then hit search. What you will see is a list of other creators working in the same space. For example, I found one channel with only about 2,000 subscribers, but their average views per video, over 100,000. Another one I came across already had 150,000 subscribers and averaged 500,000 views per upload. That's crazy growth. And what's important here is that there still aren't many creators making these kinds of videos. The opportunity is wide open. Most people think it's impossible to pull off, but once you see the workflow I use, you'll realize how simple this actually is. Feeding ChatGPT. The very first step in creating these faceless channels is scripting. And not just writing anything, but crafting scripts that are built to perform. This is where ChatGPT becomes the game changer. Here's my process. I start by finding a channel in the niche that's already blowing up. Then I head to their most popular shorts tab, pick a viral video, and copy its link. Next, I use a free tool called Tactic, paste the link, and get a full transcript of that video. Once I have the transcript, I move over to ChatGPT. I paste the script in, clean up anything unnecessary, and then give very clear instructions. I ask ChatGPT to analyze what makes the script work, what could be better, and why it went viral. This way, instead of copying, I'm reverse engineering proven content with AI and producing something stronger, original, and more likely to perform. Creating a viral script. So now I've got the analysis. The next step is turning it into my own script. For example, I'll ask ChatGPT to create a YouTube short about interesting facts from US states. I tell it to generate a list of 3 to 5 engaging facts, written in the same style that keeps viewers hooked. Within seconds, it spits out a list of facts that are funny, surprising, or mind-blowing. I then pick my favorites, let's say facts 1, 2, and 3, and ask ChatGPT to combine them into a polished script. I tell it to keep the video length around 50 to 60 seconds. And just like that, I have a fully structured, engaging script. This process takes only a few minutes, and honestly, it's one of the easiest and safest ways to make sure your video fits the niche while still being original. Making a voiceover. Now that the script is ready, it's time to create the voiceover. For this, I use a text-to-speech tool called DubDub. In my opinion, it's one of the best options because it offers hundreds of realistic voices, and you even get free credits when you start. Here's how I do it. I paste my script into DubDub's voiceover section, clean up the spacing, and then choose a voice. For example, I like using a male American voice called Liam. You can also filter by language, accent, or gender. Once you pick a voice, you can adjust the speed or pitch to make it sound natural. When I generate it, the result is super clean, engaging enough to hold attention, but polished enough to feel professional. Then I export it as an MP3 and the voiceover is ready to go. Video creation plan. Here's where most people give up: the visuals. These channels use advanced map animations, and if you tried building them from scratch, you'd probably waste hours just for a 5-second clip. But I discovered a tool that changes everything. It's called Hera, and it lets you create map animations in minutes. I go into Hera, choose the map animation template, set the format to vertical for YouTube Shorts, and adjust the duration to auto so it fits under 60 seconds. From there, it's all about matching the visuals to the script, building the animations. For example, if my script says Alaska is so massive you can fit Texas, California, and Montana inside it, I tell Hera to show a US map, zoom into Alaska, highlight it, and label those states. Within seconds, it generates the perfect animation. For the next fact, Alaska being larger than Iran or Mongolia, I just adjust the prompt. Hera zooms out, colors Alaska, and displays the text. Then for Rhode Island being the smallest state, I tell Hera to zoom into Rhode Island, highlight it, and then compare it to Alaska. Again, perfectly synced to the script. Finally, for the Kansas versus Florida fact about flatness, I have Hera highlight Kansas first, then switch to Florida with a glow effect. These are professional level animations, but I didn't spend hours editing them. Hera did it all with prompts, exporting and editing. Once I have all the animations, I export them in 1080p, MP4, and 60 FPS. Then I move everything into CapCut to put it all together. Here's the process. I drag in the voiceover first, trim out unnecessary pauses, and adjust pacing so it flows naturally. Then I import the map animations, cut out slow intros, and sometimes speed them up to sync perfectly with the narration. At this point, the video already looks polished, but I don't stop there. Captions, music, and SFX. I add captions using CapCut's auto caption tool, but instead of leaving them plain, I animate them to pop on screen. I increase the font size so they're readable and choose a smooth animation style that fits shorts. Next, I add sound effects. Since these animations have zooms, I place swoosh effects at every zoom in or zoom out moment. It gives the video a professional feel and keeps viewers engaged. Finally, I add background music. I usually grab cheerful beats from Pixabay, drag them under the voiceover, lower the volume to -20, and fade in, out at the start and end. Now the video feels alive. Voiceover, animations, captions, music, and effects, all synced perfectly. Exporting the final video, the last step is exporting. Again, I use 1080p quality and 60 FPS for smoothness. Once exported, I've got a video that looks almost identical to the viral ones trending in this niche. The only difference is, instead of spending hours editing, I built it in about 15 minutes with AI. The final result. The finished short sounds something like, did you know Alaska is so massive that you could fit Texas, California, and Montana inside it? In fact, if Alaska were its own country, it would be bigger than Iran and Mongolia. On the other extreme, Rhode Island is so small that it could fit into Alaska more than 480 times. And while most people think Kansas is the flattest state, the truth is, it's actually Florida. A polished, engaging, educational video, and it is ready to go viral. Now you've seen how I cloned a $25,000 per month geography channel using AI map animations. With tools like ChatGPT, DubDub, Hera, and CapCut, it's easier than ever to create and grow faceless channels. This niche is still wide open, and if you start now, you could be uploading daily shorts within a week. If this tutorial helped, please like, comment, and subscribe for more strategies on growing with YouTube automation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.